LA Times editor quits after owner blocks paper from endorsing Harris. Okay? Mariel Garza, the LA Times editorial editor, okay, resigned after the paper's owner, Dr. Patrick Soon-Shiong, whom, by the way, he bought the company for $500 million like a few years ago, reportedly blocked the editorial board from endorsing Kamala Harris for president. Garza stated, "I'm resigning because I want to make it clear that I am not okay with us being silent. In dangerous times, honest people need to stand up." LA Times editorial board has prepared to endorse Harris, but executive editor Terry Tank informed staff they would not endorse any candidate, attributing the decision to Soon-Shiong. Garza expressed that the move was perplexing to readers and felt that an endorsement was a logical step. After their critique of Trump, Soon-Shiong defended the decision, saying the board was asked to provide a factual analysis of all the positives and negative policies of the candidates, but they chose silence. By the way, this is the first time LA Times hasn't endorsed a president for 20 years.
Good.
Tom, how big of a deal is this?
This is a huge deal. It's happened in the unions. The unions looked at their members and said, you know what, maybe we shouldn't put an endorsement out. Maybe this could be a little inflammatory. And now you've got the LA Times. And did you hear what he said? The liberals want you to say, oh, conservative rich guy that bought the effing paper, he did this to it. And now he's saying, wait a minute, I asked the board to come together with the positive and negatives and objective analysis of every candidate, and they chose silence.
Exactly.
They wouldn't put the analysis out there. So if they're not going to put the analysis out there, I'm not going to let you rubber stamp a editorial page that puts our support the way the newspapers did. And by the way, newspapers used to move voters. Your local governor, your local mayor, and your newspapers were the endorsements you wanted. The fire chief, you wanted his endorsement. The police chief and the local newspaper. And now he's saying, listen, we're not doing it. And by the way, there was also this boycott. They said a bunch of people said, I've been a subscriber for 30 years and I'm canceling. So those of you that are among the last 400 subscribers to the LA Times, I guess a few of you are no longer getting any paper.
But Tom, let me ask you a question based on what you just said. Pre-social media, what counted the most and moved the needle? You just said newspapers moved the needle.
It's a true story. Newspapers would carry, and you looked for the newspaper on the editorial page to take a side, and usually the newspaper, when they did that, said, we join the police chief, the fire chief, the League of Women Voters, and notable social credible people in supporting this candidate or that candidate. But the newspaper did that, and when you would read that, you would say, hey, Vinny, do you see the newspaper? It came out. The police chief is with this guy. The fire chief's with this guy. Those are people you cared about. Why? Government influenced the fire department, the police department. The school superintendent is with this guy, and the newspaper is. I think I'm voting for him. That's how people made up their mind before social media.
Wow, so newspapers carried weight back in the days.
Yeah.
Social changed the game. And independent podcast, I have an opinion here. I think Unusual Suspects is going to be one of the biggest podcasts worldwide. I'm convinced. Okay. Number two, I think Valuetainment Comedy is going to blow up. Okay. I think the analysis of what we're doing right now and the things that we're talking about, those independent podcasters that are out there. By the way, to be honest with you, left, right, and center, I think they're all necessary.
Me too.
So I think you got the guys who are, the Rogans, the independents. I think I would put us as a center right is where we're at. We'll be fair to everybody on what we're talking about economically. We're independent. I'm a registered independent. I've been a registered independent almost 20 years. But I would say the guys on the right, the Rumble guys, the Daily Wire guys, all those guys, right? The Theo Vaughn, I think he's going to play a very interesting role. Schultz with what he did, phenomenal, those guys. I'm hoping Tim sticks around and does what he does because those guys need to stick around. You got the Pac-Mans, you got the, who's the Brian something Taylor? He's also, he's
Brian Taylor Green.
I think this is good. I think that's the direction. I think this is very, very good for this to continue because that's going to be the sect. Look, here's the reality of it. This is hard. This is very hard because you have to garner attention and keep the audience. And, we're not going out there spending millions of dollars. We've never advertised this podcast. You understand? You go certain places, they'll spend $1 million to advertise your new show. Do you know how much money we've ever spent creating ads to bring people to watch the PBD podcast? This much money.
Zero.
Never. So if you're watching this, by the way, somehow, some way you found us, and we appreciate you because this doesn't happen without you, honestly. Whether you're watching this in your car, whether you're listening to us at work, acting like you're working and your boss is looking at you, you can give me a wink.
Yeah,
we felt it, right?
Respect.
We love you too, but make sure you get your job done because we don't want you to lose your job. Whether you're watching this in a bathroom, we got a big bathroom community.
All the time I watch
and
the
we don't
reruns.
hate. Look, don't get up, sit down, be comfortable. Just saying, some people. Whether you
Get one of the things you got for me the other day.
Gaucho,
Yeah,
it's coming.
the best.
Trust me, you're gonna get a few Gauchos coming your way.
PBD, I'm in the Gaucho community. Everyone knows
But
that.
the point is, like, the world has changed. The audience wants to find you, and you have to earn it. And it's very interesting how to go about it. But I think the game's going to change the next 4, 8, 12 years. And we're planning on doing some exciting stuff with it. We want to spend as much time with you guys as possible. The big game starts this Friday. The series starts this Friday. And here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a suite to take family and friends and to give you the chance to join me as well as us here, my family and other friends, in the suite for Game 5 in New York, which is amazing, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing. And here's what we're going to be doing. By the way, just so you know, the details on what these things are going for right now, it's ridiculous, the tickets. But all I'm saying is we sat down, we decided, here's what I want to do. So what do we do about it? We created a sweepstake. And the winner gets the one ticket plus $2,500 cash for your flight, room, whatever you need to be doing to come join. By the way, it's going to be epic.
Wow.
Because it's going to be sick. It is Game 5. So, who knows what's going to be taking place. The streets of New York are going to be wild. And the way you participate in this is the following. For every $1 spent on VT merch store, today you get an entry. For every dollar spent, you get one entry. $100, 100 entries. $500, you buy 5 of these polo shirts. This is all I'm wearing nowadays. Say it's $500, 500 entries. And you get up to 1,000 entries. Wow. We will draw one random this Saturday morning, October 26th, and we will immediately notify the winner. Then next Tuesday on the podcast, we'll announce who it is. But the person that wins, we will reach out to you. I'm excited about that. A couple things I do want to tell you. It just so happens 15 new hats are here today.
So
By the
there's
way,
something to buy.
this is the sickest new Valuetainment green hat. Future looks bright that just came out. It's absolutely amazing, Valuetainment. We have these new for some folks that like this design. We have the
I'll
new
take that one.
American
That looks
flag.
sick.
Adam, this one. Yeah, this is absolutely sick.
one looks
We have
amazing.
15 new designs, some for military, the red and black. We have the new allegedly hats where the allegedly lifts.
Sick.
We have the red American flag, green USA flag. By the way, a bunch are on VT merch, and all you need to, by the way, these are again memories because the last time this happened was 1981. All you need to do is go purchase merch for every $1, raffle gifts for yourself, for others. Some of you guys that are coming to the party anyways, November 5th, this could be your way of doing it as well.
Wow.
Tom, do you have anything else to say before, if I missed anything?
We have the legal stuff.
Go for it. Tell us.
Tom Ellsworth impersonating Don Pardo. The PBD Podcast 2024 Baseball Sweepstakes. No purchase is necessary. It's sponsored by Valuetainment LLC and open only to legal residents of the 50 U.S. states and the District of Columbia who are 18 years old and above. The entry deadline is tomorrow night, Friday, October 25th at 11:59 p.m. For the full entry and full rules, visit the link at vtmerch.com and available in the description for this episode of the podcast that is found on the PBD Podcast channel on YouTube. Void where prohibited. Go get in.
I love it. Okay, Rob, so let's put the link there to go to vtmerch.com. I hope you participate. I want to spend some time with you. We're going to have a good time.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.